That's the pep band here at Goodrich High School, doing a nice job, as always, on our national anthem. Todd, the pep band, some weird clothes. We seen a couple of them earlier tonight, huh?
Yeah, a couple of them came over here and told us to introduce that. Tonight they're dressing up in their best Fijian clothes, trying to relive the days back last spring break when they went on the trip over spring break over to Australia and the Fiji Islands. So they all decided to put on their best clothes that they bought over in the land of Fiji, and they wore them tonight.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they came over here before and said, look at our clothes. So pretty interesting. The Fond du Lac pep band, as always, doing a nice job here at Fond du Lac Goodrich for the basketball game. And now the starting lineups. Now we'll go down and take a look at the non-starters. That's a look at the starting lineups tonight for tonight's basketball game. Jim Bentley on the call with the PA, doing a good job as always. A counselor here at Goodrich High School.
And the golf coach, too.
And the golf coach.
Yeah, the golf coach, too.
Doing a nice job as always, introducing the players. We're just about ready for the tip-off here from Goodrich High School. Looking up and down the starting lineup again for Fond du Lac: Brad Reinke, Drew Diener, Andy Rose, Casey Jekyll, and Mike Koenigs. For Menasha: Brian Mathis, Adam Almquist, Adam Nickelbein, Nick Jones, and Adam Schulke. Fond du Lac in their white outfits and Menasha in their Penn State Nittany Lion blue. Fond du Lac moving left to right on your television screen, and they control the opening tip-off. That is Mike Koenigs. On top, Mike gives it over to Brad Reinke, looks underneath to Andy Rose. Rose back out to Reinke. He's going to spot up the three-pointer off the rim, rebounded by Schulke, for Menasha.
Reinke had a good shot there at that three-point attempt.
Menasha now with the basketball in the blue shorts, as you see. Fond du Lac out man-to-man defense on the Blue Jays. Koenigs on top, guarding Mathis. Koenigs doing a good job on Mathis that time defense. Fond du Lac's defense has done a really good job all season, except for the little spurt they had up at Oshkosh North, but expect them to rebound tonight. Menasha doing a good job on controlling the basketball, just moving it around. That's what they want to do against the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Looking to spot up the jumper and took it out was Almquist. Back to Nickelbein. Slow pace movement for Menasha. Good offense right now. Menasha, they look to come out here and slow the pace for the game. They don't want to get in Fond du Lac's running up and down the court, and they're doing a nice job so far just slowing down the basketball game. You've seen a lot of teams do that this year when they know they're outmatched by the other team. Just slow down the pace and become a slow game. Shot no good, but there will be a foul. I believe it'll go on Casey Jekyll for the Fond du Lac Cardinals.
Excellent job by Menasha there, spreading out the offense, just passing the ball and trying to eat away some of the clock here so Fond du Lac doesn't have a shot to make more points than them tonight.
Casey Jekyll with the foul. That's his first personal, first team. Going to the line for Menasha is Adam Nickelbein. Nice name. I love that name. Nickelbein.
Nickelbein, yes.
First attempt is good. Nickelbein will get one shot at the free throw line. Next one is up and just short, rebounded by Andy Rose for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. 1-0 in favor of the Menasha Blue Jays here early on in tonight's basketball matchup. Fond du Lac with the basketball. Mike Koenig's out top, gives it to Drew Diener. Fond du Lac doing a nice job of moving around. Casey Jekyll with a short jumper and nails it.
Excellent job there by Casey Jekyll getting down low and putting the shot up and making it.
2-1, 6:03 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Menasha with the basketball. Good movement by Menasha, continues to keep the ball slow. Stolen by Andy Rose, gives it up to Casey Jekyll on the fast break. Takes it to the lane and is fouled and just missed the shot. We'll see where the foul goes on. It'll go on number 52, Nick Jones. That'll be his first personal first team. And Casey Jekyll will go to the line and get 2 free throws from the charity stripe.
Nice hustle there by Andy Rose, creating that turnover to give Casey that nice look at the bucket.
Casey Jekyll will get 2 free throw shots coming up. First one on the way, book it. 3 points for Casey Jekyll tonight, starting off early on here in the game. Casey will try to hit his 4th point on this free throw attempt. And gets nothing but the net on that one. Fond du Lac up 5-1, 4-1, excuse me, 5:44 left here in the first quarter of play. Menasha brings the basketball up, another steal.
There's
right
Andy
there.
Rose again.
Andy Rose with a good job on the steal, brings it up to Drew Diener. Drew thought about the 3, but instead kicked it out and passes it over to Mike Koenig. Fond du Lac spreading out the offense a little bit. Man-to-man defense for the Blue Jays. Drew's going to spot up a long 3. Nothing but air. You don't see that too often by Drew Diener. An air ball, a long 3-pointer. Trapping defense by Fond du Lac. Good job there. And Menasha easily takes care of the basketball. On top is Mathis with the basketball, running as the quarterback for the Blue Jays. Almquist with the basketball, gives it up to Schulke. Good movement, Schulke underneath, and a little hook shot layup. Wait, correction, Nick Jones on the basket. A little hook shot layup for Nick Jones.
Nice job by Nick there, getting down low, getting that good look.
KFC score 4-3 in favor of the Cardinals here early on in the first quarter. 4:32 left. Ball movement by Fond du Lac. Mike Koenig pulls up for 3, no good. Rebounded by Schulke. Gives it off to Nickelbein. Nickelbein being guarded by Brad Reinke. Gives the ball that time off to Mathis, who is the point guard of the team. Good job by Mike Koenig, but he's going to be called with the foul, I believe. Wait, no. Fond du Lac will get the basketball. I didn't catch what they called on it. In 5 seconds, it looks like, was the call. So a turnover for the Menasha Blue Jays. And that's what Menasha, Todd, has to do, is take care of the basketball if they want to beat Fond du Lac.
Yes. Excellent defense so far by the Fondy Cardinals here early on in the game.
Travis Diener and Little Texas Dallas Diener checks in the game along with Dan Schrum. Little Texas with the basketball on the near side, gives it to Schrum. Nice ball movement by Schrum to the lane is Drew, and Drew Diener was fouled on the play as he was going up. Drew will get 2 shots. We'll check who the foul is on. It'll go on number 50, Dave Evans. his first second team foul. 4-3, 3:59 remaining here in the first quarter. Drew Diener will go to the line. 2 free throw shots. The first one on the way is good. Drew's first basket of the evening comes from the charity stripe. Drew's second shot on the way, nothing but net. Drew usually puts those down. Full court offense. Yep, full court offense here coming. And Dallas Diener on the steal.
Nice job by Dallas.
But he turns it over. Fond du Lac playing good trapping defense. Nice job that time by Travis Diener. Trying to get the turnover. Jones, a little hook shot, no good. Rebounded strongly by Casey Jekyll.
Nice job by Casey down there, fighting down low to get that rebound.
Fond du Lac moving fast on the offense. Kicks it to Drew. Drew, nice move to the lane, no good. Gets his own rebound. And tap, no good. Still fighting for it. Casey Jekyll on the rebound. Good job by the Fond du Lac rebounding team that time. Drew Diener with the basketball. Gives it to cousin Travis. Drew thought about the three-pointer. Gives it to Dallas. Good move in by the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Drew, long three, just off the front of the rim. Rebounded, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Dan Schrum will be controlled by the Menasha Blue Jays.
That is 7 attempts there by Fond du Lac, which they have missed in a row.
Menasha with the basketball. Nickelbein with the basketball, gives it off to Almquist. Menasha not really worried about going to the hoop very much, and a travel by Almquist, Adam Almquist, a 6'5" senior, caught walking without dribbling.
That is the 4th turnover here in the game by Menasha.
Casey Jekyll inbounds the basketball for Fond du Lac. 6-3, 2:51 remaining here in the first quarter. Play on your KFC score. Fond du Lac, trade ball by Drew, rims out, rim wouldn't get it, and rebounded by the Blue Jays. Brings it quickly up the court for Menasha.
Menasha's 4th rebound here in the game.
Stolen by Travis Diener. Looks to Dan Schrum, drives hard to the lane and puts it in. Dan Schrum with his first basket of the night puts Fond du Lac up 8-3. Nice move by Dan Schrum. Nice deflected pass by Casey Jekyll. Fond du Lac's defense continues to be strong. Drew a little jumper off the glass, book it. And Menasha will call a timeout. Timeout on the court for the Menasha Blue Jays. We'll check it to see if it's a 20-second timeout. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout. We'll quickly take a break and come back right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball reports.
The Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery has a board of certified surgeons to help you. So whether a condition exists for weekend work or around the house, the doctors at the Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery can help.
Back to the Redbird Arena on the campus of Goodrich High School. 10-3 in favor of the Fond du Lac Cardinals. 1:58 remaining here in the first quarter. And so far, Todd, the story of the basketball game has been Fond du Lac's defense.
Fond du Lac's defense has been outstanding here early on in the first quarter of action. Menasha has only gotten off 2 shots so far, and so far they have turned the ball over 6 times here early on in the game.
So a good controlling defense by the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Menasha coming out slow early on. They might want to look right now to attack the basketball hoop and get some points on the board. Fond du Lac coming out in a full court defense. It's worked so far in a trap, and Menasha better get the ball over the timeline or else they could be called for a 10-second violation. And they're going to be called.
There it is.
Good defense by the Fond du Lac Cardinals forces the 10-second violation. Another turnover for the Menasha Blue Jays.
That makes 7 total so far early on in the game here.
And if you're Mark Spengel, the coach of the Menasha Blue Jays, you cannot be happy with too many turnovers here in the game if you want to beat Fond du Lac. Checking into the game is Nick Jones for the Menasha Blue Jays. Travis Diener gets the basketball. controls it out top. Drew Diener with a tray ball. Good! Drew Diener hits the three-pointer.
Excellent by Drew there on the three-point attempt.
13-3 in favor of the Cardinals, a 10-point lead. Another stolen pass by the Cardinals. Dan Schrum to Andy Rose, and he puts it in. Andy Rose, and another timeout by the Menasha Blue Jays. We'll check it. It'll be a 20-second timeout for the Menasha Blue Jays. So we'll keep it right here. And the game tonight is brought to you by Call Insurance of Fond du Lac has moved, and they have joined forces with the Jackson Agency to form Jackson and Call Insurance, your independent insurance agents. Two great agency all under one roof at the corner of Sheboygan and Mars Street. That's Bob Call and Bob Jackson. Because they work for themselves, they work harder for you. Call today at 923-4020. Menasha will inbound the basketball. Full court defense again, knocked out of bounds by Travis Diener.
Fond du Lac currently on a 9-0 run here in the game.
The press continues, and Travis Diener inbounds.
Nice job by
stolen.
Travis Diener.
Good movement, and Andy Rose is mugged underneath and will get called for the foul. Todd, right now, Menasha cannot control Fond du Lac's full court defense.
You're right. The full court defense right now is just too much for Menasha. They just can't handle it. And Fond du Lac is just doing an excellent job at controlling this ball game early on.
Foul will go on Bobby Scholes, his first, team third. It won't be shooting. Fond du Lac will inbound the basketball. Drew gives it to cousin Travis. Good ball movement by Fond du Lac here, just trying to find the open guy. Travis for three, no good. Strong rebound by Andy Rose, and he puts it back for his fourth point of the basketball game. 17-3 on your KFC score. 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Menasha now trying to break the full court press. They haven't done a very good job so far. They get it across the timeline. Long pass, almost out of bounds, saved. And Menasha right now looks very uncontrolled on the offense. Mathis with the basketball, gives it out top to Nickelbein. Menasha looks very tentative on offense. Fond du Lac's defense doing a really good job.
Yes, sir.
Good job by the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Continued on defense, which they had to come out and make a statement and do. Ball knocked out of bounds by Andy Rose, and it will be kept to the Fond du Lac Cardinals. The Menasha Blue Jays. 20 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if Menasha looks for one shot here in the quarter.
Menasha still has only attempted 2 shots at the basket so far in the game.
Good defense by the Cardinals, and good job there by Travis Diener, and a traveling call on Brian Mathis. And I think it might have been a bad call. Travis Diener looked like he got a little piece of him and knocked him down to the floor, but if you don't get caught, it's not illegal, as I say. Travis Diener with the basketball, out top. Rose under the lane, missed, no good. A couple of shots, and that will be the end of the first quarter of play here at the Redbird Arena. 17-3 on your KFC score. We'll be back right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Before you head to the rink this season, you have to stop first at the Sports Shop 2 or the Penalty Box. They both have a full line of Bauer CCM and Mega Gear, and a new line of figure skates from Rydell to Lake Placid. That's the Sports Shop 2 and the Penalty Box.
All right, welcome back to the Redbird Arena. 17-3 on your KFC score at the end of the first quarter of play, and Todd Whitaker working hard on the statistics. We'll get them from him in just a moment. You all set? Todd Whitaker
ready to go
with the first quarter statistics. Todd?
For Fondy's shooting, they were 6 for 18 from the field for 33%. Menasha 1 for 2 for 50%. Fondy 3 rebounds to Menasha's 4, and turnovers. Fondy has 4 turnovers to Menasha's 10.
10 turnovers in the first quarter. Just is not going to do it tonight for the Menasha Blue Jays, as they're getting beat pretty well in the game scoring-wise. Fond du Lac was led by Drew Diener with 5, Andy Rose with 4. Casey Jekyll also has chipped in 4 for the Cardinals. Menasha with the basketball to start the second quarter of play, and a jump shot basket by Nick Jones, his 4th point of the basketball game. 17-5 in favor of the Cardinals here in the second quarter of play. Fond du Lac coming out with Dallas Diener, Travis Diener, Drew Diener, Dan Schrum, and Andy Rose. Long pass across court. Little Texas spots up for the tray, no good. Tapped around, rebounded by Little Texas. Gives it under to Drew, easy layup for the basket. Drew Diener with the basket, 19-5, 7:15 left, and Travis will be called for a pushing foul. Travis Diener, his first personal, team's second. Menasha will inbound the basketball. Fond du Lac continues to be in the full court offense on the Blue Jays. With the basketball is Nickelbein being trapped by the Fond du Lac defense. At time they break it. Long three-pointer off the way by Bobby Scholes, rebounded by Dan Schrum. Travis Diener with the basketball. Drew will spot up for 3, no good. Rebounded by Adam Nickelbein. Fast-paced offense. Scholes tried to take it to the hoop, could not. Good defense by the Cardinals. Out top is Nickelbein with the basketball, averaging 9 points a game this season. Nice pass underneath to the lane. Fouled. Nick Jones took it hard, but was fouled by Drew Diener. That'll be his first, team's third. Fond du Lac checking into the game. A couple of substitutes. Mike Koenigs, Dallas Diener for Casey Jekyll and Mike Koenigs in for Andy Rose and Little Texas Dallas Diener. Going to the line and shooting 2 will be Nick Jones. First one on the way is good. Second attempt at the free throw by Jones is good again. 19-7 in favor of the Cardinals here in the second quarter of play. Mike Koenigs brings the ball up, gives it to Drew, to Travis. Fond du Lac, as always, does a nice job. Drew, powerful to the lane and puts it in.
Nice move by Drew there, going down low for that beautiful look at the bucket.
Drew's having a good night. Pass up the court to Dave Evans, and he puts it in for the Blue Jays. His first basket of the game. Fond du Lac, as always, taking it slow. Travis looked for the 3. Nice move by Shummy to the lane, no good. Rebounded, and that time Evans wasn't going to get away with a travel as he fell to the ground and was called for the traveling violation. Fond du Lac gets the ball. Drew Diener to inbound the basketball from the end zone. Inbounds it out top to Mike Koenigs. Drew Diener with the basketball over to Travis Diener. Casey Jekyll looking for a guy to pass it to and gives it off to Drew. Fond du Lac patient as always. Good ball movement. Travis spots up for 3. Good!
Nice shot there by Travis Diener for the 3.
Travis Diener, who up at Oshkosh North did fairly well from the three-point arc. A career high in points for Travis. He's got his first basket of the night, a three-pointer. Fond du Lac full court press continues. And Menasha breaks it. Good job underneath the lane. Traveling violation on Dave Evans. Continued a lot of turnovers in the game for the Blue Jays.
Just seems like Fond du Lac's defense right now is just too much for Menasha. Menasha just can't do anything offensively here early on.
5:04 left in the first half. 24-9, Fond du Lac in control. Drew spots up long 3, no good. Off the front of the rim, rebounded by Nickelbein for the Blue Jays. Nickelbein controls the basketball, gives it off to Scholes, their leading scorer. Tipped back into the crowd by Casey Jekyll. Bobby Scholes, we mentioned early on, averaging 13 points a game, and he's coming off the bench, so that says a lot of an 0-9 team. Nickelbine gets the basketball at the top of the key for the Blue Jays. Blue Jays haven't attempted a whole lot of shots, only attempted 2 shots in the first quarter of play, so slow-paced offense, but it's not working for them. Menasha controls the basketball. Nickelbine through the lane, takes it strong, and he'll be fouled. We'll check who the foul is on. On number 5, Danny Schrum with the foul, his first personal. Checking into the game, Brad Reinke for Drew Diener. Drew's going to get a breather, and Andy Rose checking in for Dan Schrum. At the line for the Blue Jays is Adam Nickelbine. Nickelbine with 1 for 2 from the charity stripe tonight. First one on the way is good. Nickelbine's second shot, just about ready to take it, spots it up and puts it in. 24-11, 4:15 left here in the second quarter of play. Mike Koenig's with the basketball for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Gives it to Rose. Rose gets it tipped a little bit, but Fond du Lac stays controlled with it. Fond du Lac spreading out the offense a little bit. Travis thought about the 3, but pulled it back out.
Fond du Lac being real patient here, looking for the open man for the open shot.
As you mentioned, good ball movement by Fond du Lac. That's been the Cardinals' trademark all season, is just to find the open guy. Unselfish basketball play. They've done that all season, and that's why they've done pretty well all season. Mike Koenig's thought about the 3. Drives to the lane, gives it to Jekyll. Jekyll is fouled. We'll check it, but I think it'll go on Dave Evans. Nope, check it. On number 42, Adam Nickelbine. His first personal, 4th team. 3:27 left. 24-11 on your KFC score. Fond du Lac inbounds the basketball. Mike Koenig's with the ball on the top. Gives it off to Travis. Fond du Lac continues just to find the open shot. Doing a good job. Good ball movement by Fond du Lac. Travis Diener spots up the 3. Good! 2 for 2 from 3-point range tonight. That's 6 points for Travis Diener. 27-11 in favor of the Cardinals.
Fond du Lac being real patient on that last possession as far as looking for the open shot and the open man.
Menasha with the basketball. Bobby Scholes being guarded by Koenig's. Missed shot controlled by Fond du Lac. Mike Koenig's with the basketball. Gives it off to Brad Reinke. A little bit of a zone defense now by the Blue Jays. 2-3 zone for the Menasha Blue Jays. Nice move underneath the lane. Strong move to the lane by Casey Jekyll.
Nice job by Jekyll there, and beautiful pass.
6 points for Jekyll tonight. Ball knocked out of bounds, and will be back to the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Checking in the game for the Cardinals, Andy Rose and Drew Diener. For the Blue Jays, checking in the game, number 34, Adam Almquist, a 6'5 senior. 2:13 left. KFC score 29-11 in favor of the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Travis Diener with the basketball on top. Jekyll thought about the little jumper, but pulled it back out. Continued zone, long tray for Travis, another one.
Good look there for Travis Diener.
9 points in the game for Travis. We'll have a timeout on the court. We'll check it to see if it's a 20-second timeout for the Blue Jays. They're going to try to get things under control before this game gets out of reach. Tonight's game brought to you by Holland Carpentry and Repair, providing quality remodeling and complete home repairs to the area for the past 17 years. Call 921-6493. That's Holland Carpentry and Repairs. Tonight's game also brought to you by Menasha Welding Corporation. For custom fabrication of structural or ornamental steel, it's Menasha Welding Corporation. Plus, see Menasha for your fire protection needs, both industrial or residential. Visit Menasha Welding at 200 North Main Street in Fond du Lac. With the basketball, the Menasha Blue Jays. Back here, bad pass by Andy Rose. Was turned over. Menasha with the basketball, 32-11, 1:36 left here in the first half of play. It's been all Fond du Lac.
Menasha just turning over the ball too many times here in the first half of action.
With the basketball on the top was Mathis. Menasha continues just to spread out the offense. They don't look, Todd, too eager to take the ball to the hoop.
You are correct on that, Nick.
That time, a little hook shot missed by Schulke. Controlled by the Cardinals. Andy Rose spots up a little jumper. Rim won't have it. Casey Jekyll and a hard rebound. And look at that shot by Casey Jekyll. Roll out the highlight films. Little underneath basket by Jekyll. Not many guys can do that. Fond du Lac continues the full court offense. Long pass. Good ball movement that time by Menasha. To the basket. Good is Jones. And he'll get a shot. The foul will go on Andy Rose. The basket's good. He'll get one free throw shot. Foul situation here with 44 seconds. Fond du Lac with 5, Menasha with 4, so not really any foul trouble here towards the end of the first half. Basket's good by Nick Jones. Fond du Lac with the basketball, up by 20. Continued zone for the Blue Jays. Fond du Lac continues to break the zone by just good ball movement. Long jumper by Reinke, no good. Strong rebound by Andy Rose, and he puts it back. Andy Rose with a good first half tonight, 6 points for the Cardinals.
Fond du Lac doing an excellent job so far tonight in the rebound category. Another turnover by Menasha.
Tip, Jekyll strong to the hoop, puts it in. Casey Jekyll at the buzzer. And Fond du Lac will go to the locker room up 34-14. So a pretty good first half for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Halftime, as always, brought to you by Baker's String Cheese. With only 79 calories in each stick, it's the perfect snack food for the kids. It's the fun food that's so easy to just peel and eat, and it's healthy for you. High protein, 100% natural, Baker's String Cheese, the official halftime snack of the video sports team, and available at the fine food stores everywhere. Baker's String Cheese of St. Cloud. Also, Kentucky Fried Chicken features home delivery. Take the hassle out of mealtime with KFC. Right now, order in the Packer Backer meal for just $29.99. That's 20 pieces of chicken, your choice, and 5 large side orders. Call now at 921-5440. That's KFC. Halftime also brought to you by Lens Sales and Service. Lens is the name, trucks are our game. Stop in for a test drive or check out our new Snowways snowplow at Lens Sales and Service. Easy to find at Seymour and Military Road. Halftime here at the Redbird Arena. Fond du Lac leads 38-14. We'll be back with all the halftime stats and take a look at the first half efforts. Fond du Lac responded, a good move by Dick Diener, responded with a full court offense. Says, I wanted my kind of game, running up and down the court. And Menasha just can't handle the full court press.
You got
No
that right,
job,
Nick.
too large or
The
small.
turnovers are just too costly right now for Menasha. They've just turned the ball over too many times and gave the Fondy Cardinals too many great looks at the bucket.
And scoring-wise, a couple of guys that have done really good for Fond du Lac. we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Let's first go to the stats. Todd Whitaker will have the stats here.
The stats are as follows for Fondy: 15 made shots out of 33 for a 45% rating. Free throws, a perfect 100%, 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. 9 rebounds for Fondy and 5 turnovers. For the Menasha Blue Jays, 4 for 10 for 40% from the field. 6 for 7 from the charity stripe for a total of 86%, 7 rebounds and 15 turnovers for the Menasha Blue Jays.
Taking a look at the scoring for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, Drew Diener with 11, Casey Jekyll with 10, Travis Diener with 3 three-point bombs for 9, and for the Menasha Blue Jays, one guy, Nick Jones, with 9 points. Second half of play underway from the Redbird Arena. Fond du Lac controls the basketball, and Drew Diener drives to the lane, has it knocked out of his hands, but Fond du Lac gets it back. Drew with a long 3 off the front of the rim, rebounded by the Blue Jays. Up court, fast, paced, ball knocked around and continue. Drew lays it in good. Menasha came down on that end of the court that time and didn't take care of the basketball, as we mentioned. That's been the story of the first half. Nickelbein with the basketball, gives it off to Adam Schilke. Back on top to Mathis. Menasha continues still to look not ready to attack the hoop. If they want to get back in this game, they've got to start putting points on the board. Drive to the lane by Jones and puts it in. Their leading scorer in the first half with 9 points. That gives them 11. Drew spots up, long 3, book it. Drew with a hot hand to start off the second half. A little bucket and then hits the long 3-point bomb. Almost a stolen pass that time by Andy Rose. Menasha down the court. Continues just to move the ball around. Good defense by Fond du Lac, playing in a man-to-man. Nickelbein to the hoop. No good. Rebounded by Nickelbein. Kicks it back out. Underneath to Evans. Good defense by Andy Rose. Rose just stuck his hands up in the air and Evans had to shoot over him.
Job by Rose defensively, standing and keeping his ground.
Ball controlled by the Cardinals. Casey Jekyll with it to Andy Rose. Drive to the lane. Little hook shot jumper is good for Andy Rose. That gives him 8 points. Fond du Lac continues the full court offense. See if Menasha did anything, and not right now, to stop that. Jekyll strong to the hoop. Puts it in.
Another turnover there for Menasha, and that is leading to a 9-0 run here early on in the second half.
Ball controlled by the Blue Jays. Menasha down 47-16 with 5.5 left in the third quarter of play. It's been all Fond du Lac tonight. Good ball movement by the Blue Jays underneath. Little jump shot by Nick Jones and puts it in. Nick has 13 points in the basketball game, the leading scorer for the Blue Jays. Fond du Lac with the basketball. Brad Reinke post up to Jekyll. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Menasha's basketball.
Fond du Lac's first turnover here in the second half of action.
Menasha inbounds the basketball. Full court defense continues for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Into the game, by the way, Dallas Diener and Danny Schrum for the Cardinals. Dallas is early on in the season, didn't get much playing time, but has seen quite a bit lately. Little jump shot, air ball by Adam Schilke. Ball tipped around, controlled by Dan Schrum. Up to Mike Koenigs, who's going to spot up for the little jumper and put it in. Koenig's first basket of the evening. 49-18, 4:22 left in the third quarter. Menasha has had no response for Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac continues in the man-to-man defense. With the basketball, Adam Schulke gives it off to Nick Jones. Jones to Schmalz. Strong, hard move to the lane by Schulke, and he'll be fouled. I believe it'll go on Little Texas, Dallas Diener. That'll be Dallas's first foul. Team's first. Checking in for Mike Koenigs is Travis Diener. Checking in for Menasha is 31, Bobby Scholes. And number 12, seeing his first action tonight, Mike Christensen. Christensen with the basketball. Near side gives it off to Nick Jones. Christensen drives to the hoop hard, and a foul. I believe it'll be called on Travis Diener. It will be. That'll be Travis's second foul, team's second. Christensen will go to the line and shoot two. Seeing his first action of the evening. First one is good. Fond du Lac will call a timeout. We'll check it. It will be a 20-second timeout. We will remind you that today's game is brought to you by Jetstream Car Wash. Jetstream Car Wash, Fond du Lac's original car wash since 1962. Their new oil and lube center is opening soon. Free full-service car wash with every oil change, a $9 value. That's Jetstream Car Wash. 2 locations in Fond du Lac, Scott Street and South Pioneer Road. At the line is Christensen. First one was good, and we'll get one more attempt. Second one on the way, rims out. Controlled by Dan Schrum. Fond du Lac with the basketball. Drew Diener takes it strong to the lane and is fouled. Going up for the shot. Foul that time will go on Jacob. 32, Jacob Schmalz. His first team. Checking into the game for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, Andy Rose for Casey Jaco. Casey leads with 12 points. Drew's first one on the way is good. Tonight's game also brought to you by Diener Painting and Decorating of Fond du Lac. Painting and decorating fine establishments in the area for over 20 years. Yours could be next. Call 922-2629. Second shot on the way was no good by Drew. Controlled by the Blue Jays. With the basketball is the Menasha Blue Jays. Christensen on the top being guarded by Travis Diener. Gives it off to Bobby Scholes, their leading scorer at 13 points a game. Good defense continues for the Cardinals. Puts up little jumper by Nick Jones. And he puts it in. He scored 6 points here in the second half. 15 for the game for Nick Jones. Drew with a little jumper, and he puts it in. Drew continues to light up the scoreboard tonight for the Cardinals. 19 points for Drew Diener. 52-21, your KFC score. 2:45 left in the third quarter of play. It's been all Fond du Lac.
Menasha still taking their time looking for that open shot. Really being patient offensively.
Fond du Lac with the basketball. Long three-point basket on the way by Bobby Scholes, and he hit it. His first points of the basketball game.
Once again, Bobby Scholes is averaging 13 points a game here for Menasha.
Shrummy spots up the three, no good. Rebounded by Christensen. He'll pull it out, not wanting to run with it. Pulls it out, takes control, and sets up the offense for the Menasha Blue Jays. Nice pass underneath. Layup no good, rebounded, and a traveling violation will be called on Jacob Schmalz.
That's Menasha's third turnover here in the third quarter of action.
Tim Colgin checks into the game, and we'll have a timeout on the court. Fond du Lac. We'll see. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a break. Fond du Lac up 15-24, your KFC score. Back after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
There's no job too large or small for Spees Painting and Decorating. So whether your needs are residential, commercial, or industrial, the crew from Spees can handle it. Call Spees at 921-7107, Spees Painting and Decorating.
Have it tonight. It doesn't seem like, it seems like Fond du Lac's really shutting them down real nice defensively for Fond du Lac.
And this is one of them games that was a tough one for Fond du Lac as Rose puts the basket in. A game, Menasha comes in 0-9, and this is another one of them games that very well Fond du Lac had to, get excited for, because these are the teams that can burn you.
Right, you just, every night you got to come out prepared to play here in the FVA. Anyone can beat you on any given night.
You're exactly right. Fond du Lac got that taste of a loss the other night, and knowing this basketball team, they don't want that taste again. Foul on Drew Diener. His second personal, team's third. Non-shooting, and the ball will be inbounded by the Blue Jays. Nickelbein to inbound, gives it to Bobby Scholes. 1:18 left in the third quarter, 54-24. Fond du Lac, a commanding 30-point lead. Fond du Lac continues to be in the man-to-man defense. Thought about the three-pointer was Nickelbein, no good, rebounded by Drew Diener. Drew looking to push it. Gives it off to Little Texas. Long two-pointer, they're gonna call it a two. No good by Dallas. Rebounded by Menasha, they control the basketball. With the ball, Mathis will give it on top to Scholes. Scholes spots up for three, no good. Rebounded by Colgan. Scholes drives to the lane, no good. Passes it off to Schmalz, and the basket was no good. Fond du Lac looking to push it. Travis to Andy Rose, and he'll be fouled. Check the foul. We'll go on number 32, Jacob Schmalz. His second. Into the game for the Fond du Lac Cardinal is Brad Reinke. Andy Rose will go to the line and shoot two. 26 seconds left in the third quarter of play. 54-24 Fond du Lac. Rose on the way. First shot is good. Tonight's game brought to you by Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile. For custom fabrication or structural or ornamental steel, it's... Wait, that's not the right one. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile, ceramic and quarry tile, slate and marble, all installed by our professional craftsmen since 1948. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile, call 922-2910. Second one was good. Long three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebounded by Jakelin. He's having problems with it. Menasha takes it away. Colgan pops the short jumper and hits it. Colgan's first basket of the night, and that's the end of the third quarter of play. Fond du Lac with a commanding 30-point lead, up 56-26 on your KFC score. At the end of three quarters, demanding 56-26 lead. The electric pen, Todd Whitaker, working hard on the stats, and he has the third quarter stats. Todd?
Fond du Lac 7 for 12 from the field, shooting for 58% here in the third quarter of action. Menasha 5 for 13 for 38%. Rebounds, Fond du Lac 6 and Menasha 6. And turnovers, Fond du Lac gave up 2 and Menasha 3 in the third quarter of action.
Menasha has the ball to start off the fourth quarter of play. Scholes spots up a long three-pointer and hit it. Coach Spengel probably is wondering where Bobby Scholes has been the whole game. 2 3-point bombs, has him 6 points on the night. Dan Schrum, a little short jumper off the front of the rim. Rebounded by the Blue Jays. Jacob Schmalz. Mathis with the basketball, gives it to Colgan. Good ball movement by the Blue Jays. Out top to Nickelbein, gives it off to Colgan. Menasha just looking for an open jump shot. Mathis with the basketball. Short jumper by Colgan's good. That's his 4th point of the basketball game. Tim Colgan, a 5'8" junior. Travis Diener with the basketball brings it up the court. Drew thought about a long 3 from Campbell Sport, but thought different. Ball knocked out of bounds. 6:44 left in the game, 56-31 in favor of the Cardinals. Drew inbounds the basketball to Casey Jekyll. Fond du Lac just patient with it right now. They know they got the commanding leads, so
all Fond du Lac really has to do is eat up some time here, and they will walk away with the victory.
Casey Jekyll puts it to the hole and gets fouled on the play, and the foul will go on number 32, Jacob Schmalz. His 3rd foul. Casey Jekyll will go to the line to shoot 2. First one on the way is good. That's Casey's 13th point of the basketball game. Tonight's game brought to you by Monpaz Grocery Express. The changes are there, and now you can grab a movie or grab some chicken after the game at Monpaz Grocery on Main and 12th Street. Monpaz, exciting new changes for them. Second one on the way was no good for Casey. Menasha with the basketball. Colgan on top, being guarded by Travis Diener, gives it off to Schmalz. Correction, that was Schultz. Mathis with the basketball. He's being guarded by the taller Drew Diener. Schultz with the basketball.
Fond du Lac with a 26-point lead here with 5:51 left in the 4th quarter of action.
A blocking foul will be called, and the foul looks like it's going to be on Travis Diener. That's Travis's 3rd foul. Checking in the game for the Cardinals, Mike Koenigs and Andy Rose. Bobby Scholes will inbound the basketball. 5'11" senior. Scholes with the basketball, gives it out on top to Schmalz. Took it strong to the lane and put it in. His first basket of the game. 5:30 left in the game, 57-33 Fond du Lac. Mike Koenigs thought about the long 3, kicks it to Travis. Travis off a little bit. Now 3 of 4 from 3-point range in the game. Hit 3 of them early on in the 2nd quarter. Long 3-point basket by Scholes, no good. Rebounded by Travis. Gives it to cousin Drew. Drew's gonna take it strong to the lane and put it in. Drew with a strong move. Fond du Lac now up 59-33 and in full control of the game.
That was Fond du Lac's first field goal so far in the 4th quarter.
Scholes with the basketball, gives it underneath. Stolen on the way, up to Drew. Drew with an easy lay-in. Waiting for Drew to dunk it. He's had a couple dunks all year.
Another turnover there by Menasha that proved to be pretty costly throughout the game here tonight.
Strong move by Jones, no good. Nice job by Andy Rose on the defensive side of the ball. Drew spots up a long 3, no good. Fought for and rebounded it, thrown almost out of bounds. Scholes gets it, takes it, banks it off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Mike Koenigs. Mike Koenigs now will bring the ball up across the timeline. Gives it off to Drew. Wide open 3. Drew a little bit long. Rebounded by the Blue Jays with 3:50 left in the game. Mathis with the basketball at the top of the circle, gives it off to Scholes.
Fond du Lac's defense doing a really good job here throughout the game, really shutting down Menasha's game.
Foul will go on Andy Rose, a reach-in foul. And it looks like we're going to get some subs into the game for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Fond du Lac's foul will go on Andy Rose. Checking in the game for the Cardinals, Nick Singer, Steve Falk. Into the game for Menasha, Brian Shotsky, Mike Christensen, and number 22, Eric Hollander. Mark Simon also checking in the game, and good old Jerome Allen, the fan favorite, also checking in the game.
The fans really like Jerome Allen whenever he comes in.
Expect Jerome Allen to put up a couple of shots tonight, get this crowd on their feet. They've been pretty quiet all night.
Get the crowd pumped up for the big game coming up on Sunday, too.
Yep. Packers and the Broncos. What's your take on the game, Todd? Who do you think's going to win?
Oh, of course, you got to go with the Packers if you're a Packer fan.
Yep, I agree. I think it'll be a close game, really, but towards the end, the green and gold will come out on top and raise high the Vince Lombardi Trophy again. Jump shot, no good. Rebounded by Mark Simon, up to Steve Falk. And Steve Falk puts it in the hoop for his first points of the game. Nice to see the subs getting in for the Cardinals.
Fond du Lac up by 30 with 2:56 left in the fourth quarter of action.
Mike Christensen with the ball for the Blue Jays. They're getting a chance to look at some subs as well. Kicking violation will go on Drake Diener. Checking in for the Cardinals, Steve Falk gets a basket and leaves. Cameron Ziggy checking in. 34, a 6'4" junior. Christensen inbounds it to Colgin. On the top, to the lane, and a basket's good by Hollander, his first points of the game. Mark Simon with the basketball, gives it to Cameron Ziggy. Ziggy, ball stolen away by Colgin. Gives it off to Christensen, and Christensen lays it in. Christensen's third point of the game.
Good ball movement there for Menasha.
2:10 left, 63-37 in favor of the Cardinals this evening. Jerome Allen with the basketball, gives it off to Mark Simon. Over to Drake Diener. Fond du Lac, good ball movement, put up by Simon, no good. Rebounded, outlet pass, tipped away by Simon, but into the hands of a Blue Jay. Controls it is Eric Hollander. Post up move, strong move by Marzinski, and no good. Good job by Nick Singer that time on the defensive side. Drake Diener now with the basketball. Gives it off to Mark Simon. On top, Jerome Allen. The crowd wants him to shoot it.
Fond du Lac right now just looking to eat up the clock with 1:18 left.
Almost stolen away by Colgin, but Fond du Lac controls it. Drake Diener puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Singer. Strong move by Singer, and book it down. Strong move by Nick Singer. A nice basket that time. And he'll get to go to the line and shoot two. Nick Singer gets into the scorebook. And Nick will get to shoot a free throw shot. 105 left, 65-37, all Cardinals. Free throw shots, no good by Nick Singer. Menasha controls it. Christensen with the ball, out on the top. Looks to find Colgin, but can't find a bad pass, almost knocked out of bounds. The whole night, Todd, basically Menasha's passing really has been poor. Some bad passes. They aren't really looking where to pass it, and overall they just look really like they're struggling and really don't know what to do with the basketball.
Yeah, Menasha looked really sloppy here tonight, but give credit to Fond du Lac's defense. It was excellent defense played throughout the whole game here for Fond du Lac.
You're exactly right. Fond du Lac seen that Menasha was going to slow the pace of the game down and came out with a full court offense and made sure that they got back into their style of game and basically took control. 34 seconds left in the game. Christensen pulls up a short jumper, no good. Rebounded, put back. Cameron Ziggy, and the ball will be knocked out of bounds off Christensen, given back to the Fond du Lac Cardinals with 27 seconds left on the clock. Mark Simon with the basketball. Gives it off to Drake. Looks to post up on Cameron Ziggy. Couldn't find him. Jerome Allen with the ball. They want to get good old Jerome Allen with a shot. Jerome pulls up. No good. Rebounded by Colgin with 10 seconds. Nice move by Steve Falk. He wasn't going to let him shoot it. Steve Falk takes down the Blue Jay. And so do the Fond du Lac Cardinals. They take down the Blue Jays tonight. 8 seconds left, 65-37 in favor of the Cardinals. Inbounded. Colgin gonna pull up for three, and he hits it, but a little bit too late for the Menasha Blue Jays. Fond du Lac easily with a win tonight, 65-39 over the Menasha Blue Jays. We'll be right back with some final post-game thoughts. It's been an easy cruising victory. Fond du Lac gets back on the winning end tonight. You're listening to Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
There's no job too large or small for Spies Painting and Decorating. So whether your needs are residential, commercial, or industrial, the crew from Spies can handle it. Call Spies at 921-7107, Spies Painting and Decorating.